Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. We're continuing our talks about Master Dogen's Bendowa, and we've seen that in Master Dogen's vision, the sitting of Zazen itself is enlightenment realized. Just crossing the legs, straightening the back, and it is perfection. Nothing more to achieve, nothing more to attain. It's all right there. And what Master Dogen is saying in his larger meaning is that all of life is perfection when we see it just right there, with nothing to add, nothing to take away. It's all perfect. And this is the point where you're going to say, Jundo, are you nuts? Do you not read the newspapers? Do you see all the craziness in the world? The war over there, the disease over here, the sadness? What are you talking about that this world is perfect? And you know me, my wife's situation, my job situation, the situation with my kids? Are you crazy? What are you telling me that everything is perfect? Well, first, you got to understand the meaning of this perfection. And second, it's not realized until you practice it and manifest it. First, what is the meaning of this perfection? Does that mean that everything in this world is perfectly as we wish? No. It means that everything in this world is perfectly just as it is when we drop resistance and judgment and separation. You see, think of what you were saying before. Jundo, how can you say this terrible, mixed up, crazy, no good, horrible world is perfect? You hear all those words? Crazy, mixed up, horrible, no good world. You have the concept here, crazy. You have the concept here, mixed up. You have the concept here, no good. What other words did I put? Sad. You even have the concept up here, world, as opposed to you. What if you could drop all that? And then we see that everything is just as it is. Perfectly just what it is. Got the point? But you have to practice it. You have to manifest it. You have to realize it to make it real. And where do we do that? We do that on the cushion. That's what Master Dogen is talking about. The great teaching, the great Dharma, the great truth that Buddha to Buddha has taught is perfect enlightenment as the upright sitting of Zazen. Because as we sit, we take that experience, which also sometimes is good, also sometimes is bad, also sometimes is pleasant, also sometimes is unpleasant, and we drop all the judgments, and we just sit with what is on the cushion, letting the mind calm, dropping all those words, good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, me and the cushion. And then the sitting is just what it is. Now you may think at that point that that leaves us into a pretty passive existence. What are you telling me, Jundo? That I just accept this world as it is? Give up? No, it's a subject for another day. But there's nothing about this teaching of acceptance and embracing that doesn't mean we stand still and don't go ahead and fix our life. See the garden behind me? It's filled with flowers. They're beautiful, but it's also filled with weeds. I sit. I embrace the weeds. The weeds are terrible. Oh, I gotta pull the weeds. But I drop all the resistance and I just accept the garden as perfectly what it is. Flowers and weeds. Does that mean I just leave the weeds there? No. In Zen, we're always functioning on parallel channels here that are not two. I accept the weeds. The weeds are just the weeds. Life has weeds. Now get out there and pull those weeds. See how we work here? That's how we roll. On the one hand, embracing. On the other hand, fix what needs to be fixed. You can do both at once. But anyway, getting back to the subject today, you cannot just sit and say, my life is perfect, it's with all the terrible stuff. You must learn to say, your life is perfectly what it is, by dropping from mind the idea of terrible, or the idea of perfect, or the idea of imperfect, or the idea of stuff. When you drop from mind all idea of what you want to be perfect, what's left is not meaningless, emptiness, cold and dead. What's left is a vibrant sense of every self, yourself, and all the other selves in the world, just being perfectly what they are, just dancing their dance perfectly, as we said yesterday, Juju Zanmai. Every self just being perfectly itself, self-realized. Now, enough talk about this. Let's get down to what Master Dogen recommends, which is the realizing.